video. I'm Pee, a Romanian Vtuber, and today we're gonna be watching Growing Up in the Balkans was Different. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and like the video. Let's get into it. 10 out of 10 intro. I know. 10 out of 10. I know.
Everyone has fond memories from their childhood, except if you're from the Balkans.
Oh yeah. Oh, I am indeed. Literally. Child, the Joker used to frequent my street every time. Every time when I went outside, the Joker was there. It's just how it is in the Balkans. Balkan rage activated. Those who know.
Coming of age is a momentous and special occasion for us all. A magical time when boys turn into men and girls turn into, women. However, in the Balkans...
Wow! Okay, dude. Okay, chill. That was unnecessary, dude. That was like, bro, he said that with so much disgust, man. Like, bro, chill. Okay, she'll call you back, I swear.
Puberty Fairy has a slightly different method for initiating you into the magical world of eternal heartbreak, induced alcoholism, and fighting with the IRS. Nevertheless, the process of growing up is quite magical. Except when it isn't. For starters, if you were a normie with broke-ass parents who worked some blue-collar job, or had loser parents who weren't party members, and had the displeasure of working in some hubcap factory whose toxic fumes would slash your lifespan by a minimum of 11 years, you most likely lived in some bumfuck industrial town in the
Dude,
middle
I
of
lived
your
in one of them communist buildings. You know, the big ones, the communist apartment blocks. That's what I lived in. I was on the 8th floor, man. 8th floor, that's so high up.
Country's most neglected province, where the biggest attraction was the German factory that only opened there because your country had a lack of human rights and labor laws, and the president offered it a sick tax cut.
That was in Romania.
As a result, you didn't have a whole lot of green places to play in. Your choices were kicking a busted soccer ball.
Oh my god, wait, yes. You know what me and my brothers would do? We would play badminton. You know, the one with the shuttlecock? I can't get demonetized, YouTube. That's what it's called. It's called a shuttlecock. Okay? We would play with the shuttlecock, badminton. And I swear, like, you just find like a place like this in the back of the block and just play it.
And praying to God the driver didn't have a BAC over 0.05% or play in the commie blocks. No,
yeah, the commie blocks
for the most part were fine.
Mine didn't have one of these nice things. We didn't have that. Sad.
You could play all sorts of games with your friends such as hopscotch, red light, green light, Iceman, or Spider-Man. But instead of swinging from building to building in New York, you were swinging to avoid cigarette butts and needles that the older kids and junkies left the previous night. If you happened to be a wee bit too loud, you could expect some bust-up grandma to yell at you from her window.
Dude,
and
so many times. Dude, this is bringing memories. Yes, we would get noise complaints from badminton. Like, we would just play badminton behind the block, and grandmas would come screaming that we're too loud. Like, that's crazy. Like, in the middle of the day, too. Not at night. In the middle of the day, at like 2 p.m. Like midday. When people can walk outside on the street. But I swear, they had like a sixth sense for like a child's voice.
Particularly got on her nerves, she'd throw boiling water at you. Even if you dodged the water...
we didn't get boiling water thrown at us. That is a crime. That is a crime.
There were still other threats for your life in the blocks. If you lived in a more rural town, you'd also have to watch out for stray dogs.
I remember when the dogs disappeared. When I was growing up, there was still stray dogs, but at some point, I think they just all disappeared, like all at once. Like overnight, all the dogs disappeared. I think they like passed a law or something. But there was this really nice dog that was like going around, man.
Which may or may not have been vaccinated against rabies. This was a particular threat if you rode your bike.
When I was young, I got bit by a dog once. Like, I got bit by a stray dog, and then my grandma chased it around the entire town to test it for rabies. Like, she's been told me this story. Like, she literally had some meat, and an entire horde of dogs following her. Because she was searching for the one dog that bit me. And apparently I was in the hospital for a long time for that, but I don't remember. But yeah, my grandma just chasing dogs to test them for rabies.
Nevertheless, the dogs made for great cardio, so long as it was summer. If it was winter, then you were straight out of luck. as now the air was also out to get you, as the farmers burning their crops and people using coal to warm up turned the air into a toxic smog that was only outdone in carcinogens by God's chosen land of the East.
I can
But
smell
although
it.
you may not have been
I
able
can
to keep
literally
your
smell
lungs
it.
safe, you can always keep your data safe.
With Atlas VPN,
Brother,
baby!
this guy,
You know
this
what,
guy.
guys?
Look at this
I
guy.
like Atlas VPN. You're using a
This
Holly
guy.
Jolly Christmas discount for
You can
Atlas
get it 3
Premium.
years
because
extra.
If they get Atlas VPN right
Get Atlas
now,
VPN.
all price discrimination
You know what the
based on
VPN
your
does.
view by Netflix becoming for.
Don't forget
Go and
about
get
it.
Atlas Premium. AtlasV.pn/Europe.
That's the link.
And if you dislike the service, no problem. You have a
30-day
30-day money back guarantee. So go to Europe and protect
Don't
yourself.
forget, link in the
If you
description.
were still able to survive the angry grandmas, packs of rabid dogs, and air straight out of Chernobyl, you still didn't find solace yet. You also had to look out for your household, because even they were out to get you. Your typical living arrangement in the Balkans included your parents, grandparents, and siblings if you had any.
This depiction of a Balkan couple is so accurate. This is genuinely average Romanian couple.
Under the same roof.
That is not
If you
accurate though. That in the middle, nah. Okay, I have siblings. I will not stand for that shit. Okay, that one, no.
multi-generational wealth, you'd be living in a duplex split between your close family and your grandparents. Yet, if you were
No,
a
my
broke
grandparents sadly were far away from me, so I would only see them in the summer.
key, you'd all be together in one house or apartment. Now, this too would be fine if you didn't have to have a MMA match with your siblings every single night
Yeah.
or hear them
Dude,
snoring until 4 a.m.
Dude, so many fights with my siblings, bro. Me and my brother would like, yo, it would be a free for all, man. This one time he like hit me with a wooden sword in my head, and this other time I like kneed him in the ribs. You know, like my knee in his ribs. Stuff was wild because we were the younger ones, and then there was also my older sister, but she didn't really fight. It was mostly me and my brother.
Which would then make you forget what the fuck even was in mitochondria, which would then result in you having a GPA of less than a 4.0 on your report card, which would then prompt your parents to bring out the Gucci belt they got that one time you went to Greece for vacation and kept in the closet for special occasions. However, even if you did have your own room, you'd still be able to
Not
hear
the
your
Gucci
parents
belt.
arguing or doing
I
other
shared my
things
room with
in
my
the bedroom,
sister,
because
and my
God
brother had
forbid
his
the
own
walls
room.
were any thicker
So unfair.
than your average notebook. And if you somehow were able to get some private time in the bedroom, your parents and everyone else living in the house would constantly walk in without ever knocking on the door.
Yeah, there was no such thing as having like your own PC and stuff. There was a family PC that was mostly my mom's PC, and I would like sometimes go on it. So, but yeah, again, I didn't grow up playing games. I had a laptop at one point, and then I got League of Legends, and I broke it. But this was also when I was older. Like I only had the laptop when I was already like 16. So it was not such thing as like being a 10-year-old with a laptop like or a PC. So that's why I didn't grow up playing many games. Except when I got a phone, I would play mobile games.
Which, if you're a 14-year-old Balkaner discovering the charms of the internet, isn't the most fun thing in the world. If you had the displeasure of living in a bigger town and had to live in an apartment, there's a good chance you also had to sleep on a fold-out couch. And no, these weren't your modern-day fold-outs you get.
Yes. Me and my sister's bed, literally, ignore this beautiful graphic. It was like this. So this is the bed. And like it's a single bed, but there's a drawer there. And then you just pull out the drawer and it's a separate bed in the drawer. So this is our bed configuration. Bed on the top, bed in the drawer. Hell yeah. I don't know how I ended up having the bed on the top. Because my sister is older. I think she just didn't want the drawer bed. No, she didn't want the top bed. Because I had the top bed.
At IKEA, but that cheap Eastern European shit imported from Turkey or China or some other country with an authoritarian regime. Which meant you'd constantly have dense and uneven surfaces on the couch, which would give you back pain the next day.
Yeah.
Or you'd have springs poking through and make it really hard to fall asleep. And depending on your financial situation, you may have or not have had to share it with your siblings or parents.
Stop
If you
with
were
that
also
game!
able to
Stop
survive the
showing that
sleeping
game,
arrangements,
please!
You then also had to deal with the temperature
The
control.
humanity.
For some godforsaken reason, in the winter when the city decides to start heating up for the season, they almost always jack it up to near the temperature of the sun. So then you're
Yes.
forced to
Yes! Chat! Chat, now I'm dealing with the consequences of my upbringing. Because in the UK, it's the complete opposite. In the UK, in the winter, they stop using the heating, and I'm suffering so much. I'm cold because I'm used to the winters being so hot. Because like you always use the heating in the winter, like sometimes too hot. I'm used to having it. I'm used to having to turn off the radiator.
To open up the window so you don't burn to death, and subsequently argue with your father for opening up the window and costing him a fortune.
Yeah, but like,
But you
it's still better than freezing like I am right now in this house.
also weren't allowed to open up the window in the summer
Just put on
heat.
a blanket. The problem is the cold air that's entering my lungs and causing my throat to get irritated, which causes me to have a horrible cough throughout my streams. That's mostly the problem. And that and my fingers that are constantly cold from working on my computer.
Because of the dreaded, soul-sucking, life-threatening, grandma-killing Bromaya/Current. For some reason,
Current.
rational thinking Balkan adults still
Yes,
have the
dude. It's a draft. It's a draft. Dude. Oh my god. Wait, why is this accurate? Why does he know this? Why does he know this about me? Cause yes, not making draft is somehow one of the most top prerogatives in a Balkan household, at least in a Romanian household. If you make any type of draft, it's like the devil. Just like apparently, like they'll say the draft will make your head hurt and your teeth hurt and your brain fall out and your brain cells dry up. The draft is the devil. The draft, like yeah, like you know when you have two doors open and then the wind goes through.
in their skulls that you will die if you have a refreshing cold
Yes, literally what I said. Literally, yes. Holy shit, why does he know this? I'm having this is literally my life moment.
breeze of air blowing in your face. Like everything else that's wrong with the region, this superstition too came from the times of the Ottoman occupation. And no matter how many times it has been disproven, you still get in arguments with every single female person above the age of 40 in your family over opening the goddamn window.
Yes.
Now, while home life
Draft.
in the Balkans wasn't ideal, you can at least escape to the school playground. If you've watched my last video in the Balkans, you know
we did
schools
watch
were
that
a
one.
special place, and if you haven't, you definitely should watch it. However, the schoolyard was just as special. Alongside with playing a variety of games with your friends and role-playing as Naruto characters, you'd more often than not also have the schoolyard kiosk, which sold a variety of goods from 7 days croissants and juice boxes to the toy of the month.
Yes,
Each month there was
dude, I would buy so many snacks, dude. Every day I would go to the kiosk and buy so much stuff. Some would say too much stuff. Some would say too much stuff, and I would agree that was too much stuff. Because I did gain some like weight in middle school. In middle school, I was like a bit fat from all the snacks.
a new trendy toy that would come in non-see-through packaging that would
Yo.
carry some plastic collectible
Memories
toy. And
of the
every day,
kiosk.
all the kids
Dude,
from
like I would buy it. Dude, Romanian school, first of all. Second of all, I would buy entire bags of like, you know, the flavored popcorn. Flavored cheese popcorn that smells like actual feet, you know, and then I'll get like sweets, like dude, I would get there was these like little pillows, chocolate pillows, like pillows with chocolate inside. I'll get bags of those and I would just eat all of it before I got home.
school would spend their lunch money purchasing these toys and trading so they have a complete collection of all the possible models, or make up a game with them. God bless the Go-Go's. You also had those magazines that
We
each
had
week
Mighty
had a
Beans.
different collectible, like human organs or rocks and minerals or magic English. For
Like
which the
Craves,
kids would
oh yeah, but good. Like Craves, but good, because I saw Craves in the UK and I was like, oh my god, it's just like the things from my childhood, and I tried them and it was actually despicable garbage that tasted like cardboard. So yeah, it's like that, but if it actually tasted good.
beg their parents to buy them an issue. Of course, you can't mention playground antics without mentioning the coveted Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I think we were all obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh at one point in our childhood. The main problem about playing Yu-Gi-Oh in the Balkans was there were almost no legitimate card sellers anywhere. So the only cards
Yeah, I
you could get
didn't
were these
really grow
cheap
up with,
Chinese
trading
knockoffs,
card
which had
games.
extremely butchered descriptions and attack and defense stats. So a lot of the time, these kids would print their own Yu-Gi-Oh cards because they either couldn't afford them or
Yeah, we
get
weren't
the real
card
thing.
people, at least in my
Other times
generation.
you'd have some kids play
I
with
really did
either
cards.
German, French, or Spanish cards because one of their relatives lived in the EU and would send them then. So, more often than not, they cheat and make up a
way. Is this real? Is this real? Are there Bible cards? There's no way. There's Bible cards.
Their cars can do,
That's
as no one
crazy. That's crazy. Are those real? The Bible cards?
could tell them otherwise, as no one could read the bloody cards. If you hung out at another non-school playground after hours, so you could indulge in playing with the playground equipment, you also had to watch out for broken, sharp, and rusty play structures, as the
Yep.
slides, swings, and
Yeah,
seesaws
these.
often
Oh
riddled
my
with
god, dude, you don't want to hear the sound of this. The sounds of this, chat. The sheer sounds of this. Holy, I can hear it from this picture.
rusty nails sticking out.
Okay, let me do. That's my best impression. I hope you appreciate it.
Which were just happy to give you tetanus, or at best, the slides were dented and would give you a nice purple bruise while calming down. However, hanging out with friends wasn't just exclusive to the playground. Once you were in middle school, suddenly your map expanded as you acquired a bike and your parents'
I
apathy
didn't
to you not
have. I
coming
know I did
back
have a
in
bike
time
at some
for
point,
dinner.
but I was too scared. I was too scared to ride my bike in the city, cause like on the sidewalks, I would be scared. But I did like the act of riding a bike, so I would just go. I would just loop on this one street in the back. Like I would just do it as like a course. Like I wouldn't bike to get anywhere. I would bike to bike.
So we'd often go out exploring nearby forests, trash dumps, abandoned factories, and whatnot, which was pretty cool. But we didn't always get along. Sometimes, like anywhere else in the world, you'd get in a fist fight with the other kids. Usually this would be another kid from another class, or an upperclassman that would try and bully you. Either way, punches would be thrown, and afterwards you'd more often than not end up as friends and respect one another. Until inevitably you get into another
As a girly
disagreement
pop?
and
Nah,
repeat the
we
cycle.
didn't
Yet,
fight.
arguably the most unifying activity of all was
Oh,
during
yes.
the winter.
Oh, yes,
After
snowball
the snow
fight.
would fall a certain amount, you just had to make snowballs and throw them at cars, and then subsequently run away after the drivers would
I
get out to
remember
kick.
one time I visited some friends and they were like, "Oh, you know what's really fun? Filling water balloons with water and throwing them out the window." But like her window was facing the back, you know, like the back of the block, where it was just like a bunch of forest stuff. And then I went home, and having learned this amazing trick, I came to my siblings and I was like, "Oh my god, what if we did this as well?" But the problem was our balcony was not facing the back of the building, but the front, which had like a sidewalk where people would walk on. So we threw like 2 balloons out, and then like the building manager came to us. I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" Yo.
Kick your ass. Or if you were less extreme, there was always ding-dong ditching. Now, in the West, usually you ding-dong ditch by going from house to house. Here in the Balkans, we'd ring up an entire apartment block and then run away to another block and repeat the process. It was quite fun, not gonna lie. But yeah, all in all, although it might have not been the most glamorous of childhoods, it was still fun. And I'd do it all over again. Anyways, let me know how your childhood was. Did you do any of this stuff I mentioned in your country? And as always, thank you
Yeah,
for
a
watching
lot
this
of this
video.
is
If you
highly
wish to support
relatable.
me and see more, become a member with
Strongly relatable it was.
these wonderful people, or go to theironicshop.com and buy some of my merch, like my shirts or board games. Everything helps the channel. My name is Janos, and you've watched.
Let's go. Epic! That was a nice video to end on, man. Highly relatable, dude.